Welcome to a
Right.
new episode of Full Circle. With me, I have, like always, Ehsan Ali and Rahul Ijaz. I am Nabhan Kareem, and today we're going to talk about everything film, TV, and entertainment.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
So, guys, before we begin, anything interesting you guys watched this week, or
I watched Aladdin, the
okay?
new one, the movie with Meena Masood and Naomi Scott and Will
Mm-hmm.
Smith. Surprisingly, not bad.
Okay.
Not
Was
bad.
Jasmine up to the mark?
I liked
This is
her.
my first
I
crush,
liked
man,
her.
honestly.
Like I liked her.
Bachpan se.
I'm a fan of her, so I am kind of biased. But like,
She's also going to be the
yeah.
new Charlie's Angel as well.
Okay.
Not a fan of that. Looks really bad.
Yeah.
Looks really bad. But yeah, surprisingly, Will Smith pulled it off.
Mm.
Like he was charming, he was funny, he was emotional in his own way, which is the right way to do. Do not copy the great
Yeah.
Robin
Right.
Williams. Do not do that. Don't even try that.
Never
Never
that.
do that. Never do
Yeah.
that. But surprisingly, there were so many funny jokes. Like like Abu. I think is one of the best characters of all time. He was kind of underrepresented. But there was few jokes that kept the movie alive for me. But yeah, it's the same remake of the old movie. If you've seen it, it's like there's some scenes left and right to add to the movie, especially with the character of Jasmine. But overall, not bad.
So they're doing that a lot, remaking old animation.
Yep.
So
So,
you're not
Rahul's
Doesn't
favorite,
sit
eh?
well with me. Of
you're not a
course.
fan of
Yeah.
it.
No, I'm just not a fan of remakes and like come up with some original
No.
stuff. You know.
No.
What's
No,
explore
No.
new
Yeah.
things.
Disney says
explore
no.
new things.
they
yeah.
like monies.
Yeah, of course they like.
They like monies.
My
So no.
precious.
My precious.
Right.
The Mr. Krabs joke.
But, I
Say,
mean,
hello, I like money.
Have you seen
I-
Jungle Book?
I did actually. I did enjoy it. It's not that I'm completely against it.
Okay.
What I'm saying
It's
is
just like
give it space,
Yeah.
but don't bombard me with the
Yeah.
remakes and the same old shit that I've
Yeah.
been watching since I was
Yeah.
5 years old.
yeah.
You know, come up with new things
Well,
because there's
have
so
you
much
s-
left to
Have you
explore.
seen the slate of the summer? Like it's Aladdin, and then it's
Yeah,
Toy Story, and then
friggin'
it's like
90s.
Lion King,
Lion King.
and then
Yeah.
Dumbo, and then
Oh, yeah.
like Spider Man.
I heard it
Yeah.
was horrible though. Dumbo.
Dumbo was. I haven't seen it, but yeah,
Yeah.
it tanked.
But I mean, so they're remaking all our childhood. I mean, they're talking
Nostalgia.
about remaking.
Catching.
I think Mulan is also in the works, and
I'm actually excited
yeah,
about that
and
because
and
Mulan
and
is
a few other.
epic Disney
But-
animated. Epic Disney animated.
I know something that you said that don't ruin something that I watched when
Yeah,
I was 5
childhood-
years old.
childhood.
Yeah, just don't
So-
bombard
My
me with the
precious
same
heart.
things.
But do you think this is not for us as such, but more for the new generation
Yeah.
coming in?
Yeah.
But they can
to-
also go back, revisit the same classics.
No, that they
Doesn't-
can. They need
yeah.
that new hipster music. Like
Well,
that is now
if
the
you
Aladdin
look-
songs.
See, that's
I mean,
I
they
think
need
that's an
Beyonce
excuse.
as-
Yeah, they need it. Aladdin of 2019 is their Aladdin now. What
Right,
ours Aladdin
right.
was
Yeah.
like in the 90s or maybe even the 80s. I don't
But
know.
it's,
कब आई थी वो.
but come on, like it ruins us. It ruins it for us.
We
so,
have the
yeah,
choice
yeah,
not to
yeah.
watch
Yeah.
it. They're
Of course,
not forcing
I will
us.
choose not to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
I would
So,
rather
like-
go for some original content
Exactly.
rather than
Because I
same
think
old, same old.
so I have a 10-month daughter,
Yeah.
and I think about what she's gonna watch when she grows up, and I don't see her watching those old cartoons
Right.
because I think the generation now does not. I mean, it's not. It's going to be different for them, right? They can point out the pencil drawings in it. They can. I don't know. It might not be the same magical experience
But
that we
yeah,
face.
well-
But that's the thing. Like even though it's a remake, it's not as good as the old one. And I don't think it's nostalgia.
For us, right? It's
Not, I think on its own, if you just review both of the movies like independently, I think the original Aladdin would be much higher in terms of rating. Because like it was a musical, it was a love story, it was all that Robin Williams fiascos and everything.
No, but my thing is, is the newer generation
No,
going
but
to
they could have
appreciate?
their own stories.
Yes,
wouldn't
they will, because these are timeless stories. It's
Well,
a hero's journey. We have seen the same
But
story
come on, we
a
can come up
thousand
with
times.
new, versions or variations on the hero's
But
journey.
that's the
we
thing.
have already with so many new stories.
Yeah,
Why
we
don't
have.
we feed something new to the new
We
generation?
did MCU. MCU
Uh,
is that.
Well,
It's
But
honestly, it is that. It is the
yeah,
Star
it
Wars
is.
for
That's
this
true. As much as I
generation.
would
yeah.
hate to accept it,
It
but
is
it
the
is.
westerns of
It
this
is true.
generation.
Yeah.
You know.
But isn't I mean, I know you're kind of against that fact, but isn't it? I mean, the people who grew up watching, Lion King and Aladdin and all of
Yeah.
that, us basically
Yeah.
now are all.
Well, at least like Toy Story,
Yeah,
so you know.
we'll get back to that in
Yeah,
a bit,
yeah.
but
Spoilers
yeah,
for this podcast.
we grew up watching all of that, so and
Yeah.
now we're at an age where at least for me, I have kids and all of
Yep.
that, so we would take them, the newer generation, to come and watch that movie
It's like an
and get
event,
them
right?
kind of fall in love with it
It
again,
is good business.
because
Yeah,
it's
that's the
it's
thing they're relying
nostalgia
on.
for us,
Yeah.
but then it's something that we want to share with them.
Yeah.
That look, this is what we experienced.
Ye dekh.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, gun point.
Basically.
Feast your eyes
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah.
movie.
Gosh, I actually hate that phrase, but no
Why?
mind. Yeah, feast your eyes. It's unrelated. Never mind.
That's why you're wearing. That's
Unrelated.
why you're wearing sunglasses.
Yes. Good one.
But
Good one. I'm not high though, but yeah.
Oh shit.
Or am I? Or am I?
Oh no, wrong button. Oh yeah.
No, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. So
Okay.
I'll just do mine.
We're gonna ruin this podcast now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
and making them watch
Yeah.
new versions
So,
of old movies.
Yeah, I mean, it is no.
So-
I mean, it is kind of nostalgia. I mean, I love when I went and watched Jungle Book. I loved it. I love making the comparison of the
Yeah.
old.
It was better than the old one.
Yeah, that was
That's the
actually
surprise, because I didn't give two shits about that, and like sorry, camera mic se. But
two beeps about that.
yeah, but like Jungle Book was surprisingly better, more dramatic, more emotional as well, and a better movie, because I think they dialed back the musicals a little bit. They just hinted the songs.
Yeah.
Christopher Walking as the orang.
Oh, that
King
was
Louis,
Yeah,
Right.
that
like,
was brilliant.
that was creepy as hell. But like, I think the cast was amazing. I think the story was amazing, and the whole third act of that movie with the fire and everything, I think that
Yes.
elevated the whole movie like 10 points or something about.
But also, don't you feel like we enjoyed that as well, because I mean, we knew the voices behind them as well. We kind of related to the actor in that sense. Like it became.
I
like,
think, yeah,
it was more
that's the
relevant
thing.
It is one
as
of the
well.
reasons.
Because these guys need to promote the movies as well. So if
Yeah.
they're like famous and stuff like Will Smith,
Yeah.
like the
Right.
Genie, he went out, promoted the movie. Tom Cruise and like these movie stars, they are introduced, or like let's talk about the new movie, the new nostalgia cash grab from Disney that's coming out in a few weeks, The Lion King.
Lion King.
And like you have Beyonce, you have Donald Glover, you have Seth Rogen, and some other
John
people,
Oliver.
John Oliver,
Right.
some other people as well. But like I wanted to ask this question: is anyone excited about Lion King?
I
It's the Lion King.
Yeah, I know.
It is like one of the
still-
best stories
I
ever
mean,
made.
of course, the story. The problem isn't with the story.
Yeah.
But the remaking of it, like that's something I don't really
Yeah.
particularly am.
but
a fan
it's also
and the
the
trailer
next.
didn't hook me. To be honest, the trailer
Yeah.
didn't hook me.
I think the difference is that Lion King is the first animated like remake that has no human characters at all.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's the main we can't completely relate to it too much, because like the animals actually look like animals, and they
No, but-
haven't showed them talking in the marketing at all, almost
Right.
like hardly.
Right.
And I think they know that it's a weakness. Otherwise, they would have shown that.
Or
Possibly,
You
but
know?
even the visuals, like I when I saw the trailer, I was like, they don't,
There's
not
no
realistic.
difference.
Yeah.
There's no difference. It's the
No,
same
there's
shots.
nothing more to it. Like I see the
That's a
faces
good
are quite
point.
flat. They
That's
didn't
a
show
good point.
expressions. There's
Yeah.
nothing. So there was nothing for me. I mean, of course, the
Yeah.
story is,
It's
it's
timeless and
timeless.
everything,
It's a
yeah.
classic. But
But like we
What
have
more?
James Earl Jones as Mufasa back, so at least
Yeah.
we'll hear his beautiful,
Uh,
dark and deep voice. Like that's
is
the,
that, is
that's
that,
the
is
deepest
that
I can
enough
go.
reason
Sorry.
for you to go watch it?
I don't know. I will watch it, of course, like because
Right.
like it's Disney and Lion King, and I want to see their take on it.
Right.
And it
Yeah.
is John Favreau, so that is my number one reason of watching that, because he directed
Jungle Book.
Jungle Book,
Right,
the original
right.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
and it's also I mean, what's interesting for me is कि it's a different evolution, right? I mean, you had the animations,
Yeah.
then you had the stage musicals,
Yeah.
Right.
Broadway
which I
animation.
loved.
Nice.
I mean, and then you have this live action
Yeah.
version. So it's interesting to see how the same story is adapted in different formats.
Well,
That is true.
like I said at the beginning, monies.
Monies, yes, but it's also, I mean, it's beautiful work of
Yeah,
art. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
that's
That
what
is
I
true.
love
yeah,
about Disney.
I saw Lion King
Yeah.
on Broadway. I
Yeah.
saw Aladdin,
Nice.
and they were just brilliant.
Yeah.
And the genie in the Aladdin stage play was amazing.
Nice.
And it
Must be
was
more immersive experience.
yeah, and he
Like-
was
like
his
the whole
own
thing of
character
it.
again, and not. I mean, there were some nods to Robin Williams,
Hmm.
but he was his
Yeah.
own person,
Yeah.
right? And it was
And I think that's what you
amazing.
want to do. Like, you want to acknowledge that I am not Robin Williams, so don't judge me
Mhm.
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
copying
Create your
Robin
own,
Williams. Yeah.
like,
But
yeah.
also give that
Yeah,
tribute that this
respect
guy,
to it.
exactly.
Yeah.
because if you look back at history, that was a game changer for animation.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, a well-known
Yeah.
celebrity voicing, was unheard of.
Yeah.
Back then, voiceovers were done by just voiceover artists.
Yeah.
They didn't have big name celebrities
Right,
doing
yeah.
that.
Go sit in that corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they were unknown, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't put a face on whoever's voice you were
Yeah.
hearing, and Robin Williams changed that,
Yeah.
and he did it
Now
ever
they
so
have, like,
brilliantly
everyone
in his
coming in
in
and
his
all.
style.
So many stories about
Yeah.
Robin Williams. One of the ones it's not related to Robin Williams, but it's like it kind of is a very nice aspect of it. Like in the song where he is क्या कहते हैं, in the Cave of Wonders, and there he's talking about genie क्या होता है वगैरह. I don't remember the song's name, but like after the end of the song, he's like looking at Aladdin, and then applause का sign आता है. And the reason why they did that was the audience was so like taken away by Robin Williams' performance that they forgot to clap. So they put a sign after the first few screenings, कि भाई like now you can
Yeah.
applause.
Anyway, it was. I mean, again, that was the brilliance of Robin Williams, right? I mean, you kind of do miss him, but then again,
course,
like I
but-
said, the new generation again will not understand or
They
remember the
don't,
brilliance
they
of
don't
Robin
need
Williams.
to understand. They have
But because
YouTube.
now they have for example, now they have people like Will Smith.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, we
I
had
think it's-
we,
it's a
we
good,
had
like, as
Will
much as I
Smith.
hate
We
it,
also-
Excuse me, Man in
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah. He's,
Hello, Bad
yeah.
Boys. Hello, Independence Day.
Yeah, I mean,
Hello.
he's relevant to us as well, but he's
Yeah.
also relevant to the newer generation.
Yeah, I think he's
and-
one of the few movie stars who have stayed relevant
yeah.
roughly throughout his career.
Yeah, and because he has such a versatile portfolio,
Yep.
He does
Yeah,
all types
yeah.
of things. He hasn't stuck
But
to
like
one.
the good thing about these remakes, even though I would, not like to admit it, but that you discover something new. Like these stories, probably the newer generation isn't aware of. They would discover it and
Yeah.
then go
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
and watch the originals.
I
Because
think,
that's always
I think this
going
is
to remain.
like when we started this conversation, this thought came to my mind, and I think this kind of cements this idea even more. Movies have kind of become an event more
Mhm.
than just movies,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he has a really good point. Why can't they just watch the old, Aladdin cartoon? But I think the way, because YouTube and streaming and TV shows have dominated the media so much, we have so many options. Like people talk about, like I love numbers, like box
Hmm.
office numbers and everything. So like still, if you calculate the inflation and everything,
Yeah.
like Gone with the Wind and the old movies are the most like
Yeah.
money making machines. So like the sad part is Avengers just re-released this last weekend.
Yeah,
It
of course.
still
They
didn't
just
made
want to-
30 million.
Yeah,
I think
30 million.
Yeah, I think people.
I'm so glad
it's-
about that, honestly.
The hell with you, man. Like I hate
No,
Avatar.
because
Like
that's
कोई
now,
तो beat
now
करे
you're
उसको.
just freaking pushing it just to break the record.
But why not? Whatever it takes, man.
No, but
Whatever it takes.
No, but here's the thing. I think
Nice.
viewing
nice.
viewing
Where is that,
habits.
No, wrong one. We need the bottom to.
Would it stop?
Yeah, it will stop after a while. Yeah, we need to figure that out. How do we stop
Okay.
that?
But I think viewing habits have changed, right?
It has, they
I think before you would watch a movie multiple times, and you wouldn't.
1,000
Yeah.
times.
Now you don't. I mean, movies are made in a way that you just watch it once and that's it, right?
Like in this year, we had Captain Marvel, Infinity War, Spider-Man, Star Wars Episode 9, Toy Story 4,
Right.
Dumbo,
Freaking nice.
Lion King, and Aladdin. With just like that's what like 8 insane movies
That's, yeah.
in 1 year.
Yeah.
Every month there is like a insane big budget movie, and then you also have like movies like John Wick 3, and like we have Rocket Man coming, and
Right.
like Joker is coming in October.
Yeah.
Like can't wait for that. I'll talk about that later. But
Yeah, I mean, how much would you actually consume, right? Like, I mean, you just watch.
Well, that's
You don't want to go back and keep watching
Yeah.
the same old movies because there's so much
Exactly.
new stuff coming in.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I was honestly thinking like a few days ago or something, like I think there's just too much content now. Like I think we're past that threshold of like
Yeah.
yaar bas kar do yaar. Like we don't need
and
Like,
also,
you need to pick and choose. That's the thing. Like,
and
he made a good point.
I think yeah, that's the whole point of it. Like I think there is a show on Netflix for almost anybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
anybody.
That's
Like
true.
there's so much shit on Netflix. Yeah, and if you see a Netflix ka release schedule, her Friday they don't put out one show or one movie or anything. They're like 5-6 releases. Like this week it's Stranger Things 3.
yeah.
Like that's
Right.
insane. With releasing next to Spider-Man. That is like a ballsy
So
move.
everything is competing.
mean,
it is
no,
a
but-
competition.
It is,
Like,
it is.
They're all
There's
competing
nothing wrong
each
with
other.
releasing with Spider-Man
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Spider-Man is going to release in
Yeah.
cinemas. Then
Yeah.
you're going to come home,
Yeah, and
And
you're
put
gonna
on
watch.
Netflix, and
you're
then
gonna
binge
watch
on
it.
that,
Yeah,
right?
there you
So
go.
that's once an experience to go out and have that
Yeah.
entertainment. Once an experience to watch it at home. So I think content consumption has changed, and
Increased.
that's why.
I think it's increased
No,
significantly.
it's changed. It's changed.
Changed, yeah.
And increase, obviously.
and
yeah,
increase,
That's,
that's
the
my
thing.
point,
That's
yeah.
the-
And
yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
these remakes are probably now being appreciated and being made.
Aladdin,
because
yeah,
of
Aladdin
that.
made around 700, 800 million. That's insane.
It
John
is
Wick
true
made
that,
300.
Yeah. Well,
That's
There you
insane
go,
as
there you
well.
go.
It's
Yes.
like 50
Yes.
million ke budget pay if they
Yeah.
can make
Yeah.
300. That is like 8 times or something
Yeah.
times profit.
you can
But
only imagine.
And I mean, here's the thing. I mean, Disney's not stupid, right? They're spending so much money on these
Bob Iger,
movies.
man.
They know it's gonna make
Hmm.
money, right? So they know they're onto something.
That's
they
what
know
I
they
want.
know
Of course
it's
they're gonna make
it's
money. It's a brilliant business model.
I mean,
Like,
we
you-
have,
you have all this
This,
freaking collection,
and it's
you're gonna
all
use
because
it.
of just one guy.
Yeah.
That's their CEO, Bob
Yeah.
Iger. Like he made like insane acquisitions like from Pixar in '90s or I think 2000s. I think then he did MCU. Then he did Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
Then he did Disney Plus. These are the 4 biggest like industry changing deals from just one CEO.
yeah.
That is insane.
And I mean, we have we can just ask. We have our 2 new producers.
Oh yes.
They're young students,
Yeah,
and
have we scared them enough? yet?
no. So I mean, we can ask them. Have you guys seen the old like Lion King cartoon? And I mean, but would you prefer watching the new live action? Why?
2 words for me.
Okay, you
No,
watch Aladdin.
that sucks to be.
Boo.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
But why? Why would you watch Aladdin?
Basically because of Will Smith and
Okay.
the trailer was really catchy.
Yeah.
I really wanted to try.
Well, A Whole New World is probably one of the best songs
Yeah.
ever made. So like,
So-
can
so-
compete with that.
So right, so I mean,
Yeah.
there's the pull factor that they put in, you
Yeah.
know.
It is,
So
yeah. That's a selling point, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's working.
And that's the thing. I'm very surprised by that. Lion King ki hype बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. At least
बिल्कुल
what
नहीं है.
I can feel and hear वगैरह. Even
Yeah.
though it's projecting to make 150 million.
it's
Even
going to
though,
make that. I mean, people are going to
No,
once
I
it
don't
comes.
think so.
Yeah.
I think
Abhi,
people will go to cinemas to watch.
But
It
still,
has
it
that.
won't be on that level. Sorry.
Aladdin underperformed by the way.
Yeah.
Aladdin was supposed to make 150 to 60, or they were kind of saying maybe even more than that. It landed 118, like significantly lower. Sorry, I'm talking about Toy Story 4. My bad.
Yeah.
Toy Story 4 was supposed to make 150 or something. It made 118. I think Aladdin was around 75 or something million in US alone, by the way.
In US.
In
alone,
US
right,
alone, yeah.
fair enough.
I mean,
Not worldwide, yeah.
yeah.
Worldwide is like bazillions and bazillions.
Yeah. No, but I mean, these are obviously commercial movies, and they're being made
Mhm.
for
But
money.
how long are you gonna cash in? Like
As
how many
long as
remakes
it takes,
as
bro.
long
are you
as
gonna
it-
Whatever
make?
it takes.
How many remakes are you gonna make? किसका
Yeah,
बनाएंगे?
like
Because
जब तक खत्म हो जाए.
नहीं, the funny thing is the
There's-
films that are coming out right
Yeah.
now, they will become a sensation in like 20, 30 years, and then you're gonna remake the same stuff that you
Just
ignored just now.
just look at
isn't-
You know,
Spider-Man.
and that's
Just look at Spider-Man. There are like 5 different versions of Spider-Man within our generation, man.
yeah, that's horrible.
No, but I
Like
mean,
they
It's
they just
horrible.
like money.
Why not focus on something? Okay,
no, this isn't something new. Ocean's 11,
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
a remake
yeah,
of
yeah,
an
yeah.
old,
Bond.
Yeah, of course. You have so many
Rocky.
versions of
Italian
vampire,
Job.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Dracula. So many,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
many versions of it. Of course, these characters, but like, come up with new stories. Get the characters. Change.
I
the
think
friggin'
I think this is why
stories,
streaming has captured the audience so much, because there's so much risk taking.
Right.
Like I just finished Dark. It's a German sci-fi time
Yeah,
travel
heard-
show
heard a lot
in
about it,
German.
yeah.
There's no English. You can do English
The-
dubbing.
yeah.
It's not as good as that,
course.
the original German
But-
language. But like, yeah, like
but you said use the characters, change the story.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of did that with Mowgli, and
yeah.
it
But
Okay,
that
I
movie
enjoyed
sucked
it.
because of other
I
reasons.
can enjoy
It's
it.
horrible.
I mean,
man.
I only liked it because I wasn't expecting anything. I was like, yeah, let's just put it on. I'm sick. I'm sick. I don't have anything to do. I
YouTube
don't want
पे cat
to,
videos
use
देख लो
my mind. I
यार.
was like, yeah, let's
Like
just.
I am a big Andy Serkis fan. Like I'm a big
Right.
Andy, and I love his 3D CGI company as well. I think it's not better digital, but it's something different. Like I love War for the Planet of the Apes. I love his
Oh,
performance and everything.
amazing
I
stuff,
love him
yeah,
as a director as well. I was hyped. I was like, यार Mowgli scene on Netflix. कोई मुफ्ते में देखेंगे आराम
and
से.
brilliant cast.
Yeah, like
Yeah, well-
Christian Bale. Like what the hell? Like you have Christian Bale as Bagheera. Yeah. And I
Scarlett
couldn't
Johansson.
watch that movie. It was that bad. Like it felt like a student film.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
no
enjoyed
disrespect,
it
but yeah.
because that's the that's the
Yeah.
kind of stuff I watch when I'm not in the mood to use or
But
work hard
but-
mentally. You know what I mean?
but
Like
that's-
all the stuff like
but
Marvel or
don't
whatever
do this with
remakes
like
and shit and,
Mowgli.
all
Don't do
that.
this with Mowgli. Mowgli is such an iconic character for like decades.
Yeah.
You know, do whatever you're saying, a Chelsea story with some other story.
but
you
to
know?
be
No,
fair-
not Chelsea story.
हाँ,
What I'm saying
मतलब-
is that's how I consume this
सही
kind
है,
of cinema.
सही है,
Also, to be
Yeah.
fair, it wasn't. I mean, Andy Serkis's Mowgli was based on the actual book,
Yeah.
and Jungle Book was in.
But that's the
a
thing. I don't
different
mind
adaptation.
the story. It was just. It felt like an unfinished, really badly executed movie. I don't know. The script was the issue. Yeah, direction was the issue. Yeah, kya scene hai? Like, and especially having Jungle Book released like few years before didn't do any justice to that
Yeah.
or help the movie at all.
Few years. It was supposed to release the same.
Yeah, same
Same
year, or like
and then
1
they
year after.
delayed it,
Yeah.
and then
I think they
then
should have
Netflix.
they should have released the same time because they delayed it, like आप जब delay करते हो hype increase हो जाती है और आपकी pressure और बढ़ जाता है. They should have taken the bullet. Yeah,
Yeah.
we screwed up. Sorry.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every few seasons we go through different trends.
Yeah.
A few
Well,
years back there was a trend of like 3D. Every single
Paranormal
thing was
Activity.
In 3D,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Those movies.
Every
Every
friggin'
single thing
thing.
was in 3D, and then there was a trend of sequels.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't
Well,
it still
we-
going on?
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah.
slowed
They've
down.
learned their lesson.
Yeah.
They've learned their lesson
Uh,
because now they're doing the cinematic universe के sequels के
Yeah.
aspect से. Like if you look at
Right,
John Wick,
right.
that's like creating their own universe.
Yeah. true
Conjuring
that.
key universe, that's also creating
Yeah.
a cinematic universe.
Uh,
Annabelle and Nun and
Yeah.
Men in Black.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't-
No, but
I
that's
haven't
a,
watched
that's
it.
a, it's a
But
different.
yeah.
This is it's the same
Yeah.
universe, different.
Yeah.
So it's not a.
yeah.
It's not a
Reboot.
Oh, yeah,
It's
it's not
not
a
a
reboot.
yeah.
It's
They
a
did the Twin
alternate
Peaks
universe.
Thing.
They did the Twin Peaks.
Yeah, it is a different universe.
We all owe to
obviously.
David Lynch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
come to that as
Absolutely.
well. And,
no, but it is a different universe,
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
you have the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
they've
yeah,
realized creating
just an
universes
example.
is more.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing the same with. I mean, yeah, you mentioned the Conjuring universe. They're trying to do it with.
They tried with Power Rangers
Power
and they
Rangers,
failed with that. They
yeah.
tried with the
Ninja,
Monster
Ninja
Universe.
Turtles, I think. Didn't they do something?
That
with
wasn't a
that?
universe. That was just a franchise.
Yeah.
That
But
was like what exactly? I don't remember what they did with that.
Nothing.
Did they do anything?
Like,
Yeah, where
it
it just
flopped.
boom, like
just
done.
explosions in Dutch angle. That's it. Two things.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Oh, shit.
I think the Monster Universe is a very good example of a failing to create a universe. The Mummy, जो आई थी Tom
Yeah.
Cruise वाली, it was supposed to launch a whole cinematic universe of like Frankenstein monster and Dracula and
Oh,
everything.
Okay.
So like there's a picture of Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe and I think Javier Bardem and I'm forgetting the lady's name who was in the Mummy. I know.
I don't-
Yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah,
But
no,
she was fun.
yeah, it's. I mean, that's where again, like you said, the
Yeah.
monies are.
Yeah, it's
Monies.
all about the monies. And coming back to the point के original content का क्या scene है, and I think players like Netflix and Disney and Amazon and Apple have the money to create like critical acclaimed content, which kind of
Yeah.
increases
Yeah.
their prestige more than their subscriber
Right.
numbers.
No, the thing is, there isn't a lack of original content.
Yeah.
The thing is, nobody's focusing on it.
I don't think that's no,
yeah,
no, no. I don't think.
we will rediscover कि हाँ यार shit 2018 में ये movie आई थी हम लोग ने
And
नहीं
I,
देखी
but
थी.
I think
It's
that's
2014
I think
now.
That's
Now
the,
we'll watch it.
that's
and
the
then-
charm.
yeah.
I think that is the charm. It's kind of like we all have our own
Uh,
niches. And like me meeting you, you were gonna recommend a bunch of movies
Right.
because yeah, I know. Oh shit, tu ye banda ye
Yeah,
check it.
yeah,
Like I just
yeah.
sent you a music video of Rammstein and Deutschland and like check that out. But that's like insane, like visuals and everything. But like I think it like what we're talking about original content and everything. That's like the pure cinema lovers.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
ये वो है जो
Feature films are like, like original
No, but see,
feature
I
films
feel
are in trouble.
because getting
the
people.
risk is too much now.
No, but I feel getting people into the cinema has become so difficult
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
rising costs and
Yeah.
everything, and actually getting people out of the house has become
Yeah,
very
yeah, true
difficult.
that. True that.
I feel cinemas are relying, or studios are
Yeah.
relying on these
Blockbusters.
blockbusters,
Yeah.
the nostalgic factors, and all
Yeah.
of that to at least get
Blockbusters.
these people into the cinema. And original content is kind of reserved for, like you said, streaming platforms. Because
It's
it's
found
yeah,
a
it
nice
kinda is.
home
Yeah,
because
yeah,
whoever
true
wants
that.
to find it, they
will
can find
go
it.
Find it, yeah.
क्योंकि
of course.
पहले क्या है, like I lived in LA, there was like 3 indie cinemas like 5 minutes away from me. I watched
Man,
Hollywood, like
heaven.
Hollywood कह रहा हूँ, Oscar की shorts in a cinema.
Right.
That is insane. No one sees Hollywood like the Oscar shorts because no one projects it. But there's a cinema right across my few blocks from where I lived, and like I saw Lion over there, like Dave Patel's movie
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Nicole
yeah.
Kidman, amazing indie movie.
Yeah.
So like there are some art house cinemas like in places like LA where you can get that itch scratched. There was like the New Beverly Cinema, जो
Right,
Quentin Tarantino
right,
का cinema. I watched Interstellar in 35mm over there. So like
Amazing.
you
yeah.
need to. I think I went to Dubai and my cousin recommended a cinema called Cinema Akil. I think.
yeah.
It's also very similar to like art house cinema
Right,
with
right.
documentaries of
And we
similar
don't have
regions.
any here actually.
In
I think we
Pakistan,
do, but it's just starting. I mean, there is just one I heard of.
yeah.
Cinema
Which one?
73.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
the in
Who-
Clifton, right?
Yeah,
The-
yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just.
It's just a,
We
emergently
let's
starting
dig
up.
into that. Let's
Yeah,
promote that.
I
Like
mean,
I would
meaning
love
to go
to.
there
Yeah.
and, like check it out.
We should go there and review it so we can inform the people कि क्या
Yes.
है.
I keep getting their. I think they have
Invites
some.
and everything?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have like good
Yeah.
screenings, and I think they do. People screen movies over here on a very niche basis. I mean,
Yeah,
Alliance
yeah.
Francaise does
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and a
yeah,
few
yeah,
other
yeah.
places.
Yeah.
They do that. So
Or you would have some
so-
themed parties like Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
or,
I mean,
stuff like that, but not movies.
Yeah, like
because I feel, I mean, it's still not very.
indie movies are about discussion about what do you
Yeah,
think of
yeah.
that, what do you think of this.
And I feel the audience isn't that big. I mean, in a place
we don't,
like,
yeah, we don't
for
have
example,
that.
in a place like LA, it would work because you have so
Even
many.
if you like sell like 60, 70 tickets
Yeah.
out of 300,
Because
like, you-
there's
you
so
can
many
sustain
people
yourself.
with the same mindset
Yeah.
over there. But I mean, I was in Indiana and it would never work there. But
Yeah.
then we had a cinema inside our university.
Yeah, yeah.
And that would work
Nice.
because it was a cinema in a university,
Mm.
right? And
Right.
so you had
It's
those
just
like.
a different
But
Yeah.
in the
atmosphere.
town I was in Bloomington, if I think they had a cinema, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
It wouldn't because unless students are the ones going there
Right,
or
yeah.
people studying
That's the
film
thing,
and all
right?
of that.
Even
The
here,
newer-
students don't really.
Dude, the newer generation doesn't even
much,
watch
yeah.
TV. They just like YouTube. They only watch like PewDiePie and like
Yeah.
these YouTubers.
तुम लोग क्या देखते हो?
Netflix mostly or
झूठ ना बोलो. ये झूठ बोल रहा है ना?
YouTube or Netflix.
YouTube and Netflix. Like,
Yeah.
what about you?
Not PTV or something.
Netflix.
TV.
There's no TV.
This generation, man. No
No
PTV.
one- We want.
even I don't watch
We
it.
want to watch content when we want to watch.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
yeah.
that agency के 6 बजे shit we have to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
there. No one
Yeah,
cares.
that used to be a different
Like-
era, man.
That was a different
No,
lifestyle,
yeah,
right? I mean, that was
absolutely.
Our whole
Like 6 to
lives,
8, I would watch
I
cartoons,
think, like
Spider-Man
our
and all
lives
that shit,
revolved
yeah.
around getting to the house at 6 p.m. to not to miss like
Right.
PTV ke drama koi
Yeah.
or something like that. I remember Disney Hour was that.
Oh, yes,
That was me.
yes.
6
Same,
subah
same,
6
six.
baje ya shaam ke 6 baje
Yeah.
wala jo night
Yeah.
wo jo show hota
And
it
the
was-
Sony one, the Mowgli and all these cartoons.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a different
Tailspin.
one.
Yeah.
Tailspin.
I
Was,
think.
but that was part of Disney Hour, right?
I think so.
I think-
Yeah, but it was a
It was
different
long
channel. I
time.
do
Yeah,
remember.
It was
it.
STN.
back-
I think
Yeah,
STN pe aata tha,
STN.
and like there were some
That
other
was
channels
way
there.
back in
Like I'm talking early 90s.
early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of early 90s, I mean, there's a lot of.
Oh yes. Speaking of early 90s, do you know Toy Story को release हुए हुए 20 years हो गए. They're like 20. It's 20 years old.
I feel old.
Every goddamn week there, I see something, I read something, I'm like, shit. I'm not that old. Oh, I am.
Well, we
shit.
are.
Toy
Yeah.
Story 1 is 20 years old.
Yeah.
Holy, like I'm like, and
What year were you guys born in?
Toy Story?
No, you. When were you born? What year were you born?
96.
Holy Oh, okay.
98.
Oh, God.
Shit.
Gosh, man.
You're like, what?
Even I feel old now. I'm just
तो
92.
कोई राहुल से सवाल ना पूछे.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like the whole point of this conversation is like how like piggybacking from the last point, like every other movie right now is like a 90s throwback.
Yeah.
You know, like kya scene hai? Was 90s like the best decade for like
mean,
movies and shit like that?
Aladdin came out in '92.
That's insane.
The year I was born.
Pakde gaye.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
we're older than that.
Of course.
The cat's
course.
out the bag.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, Aladdin was
different generation.
92. You know,
Yeah.
like it came out then, and so
Jurassic Park
It's now, like,
93, I think.
27 years.
and Toy Story
99.
99, and that just 99 changed
Yeah, it changed
animation. Pixar comes out with a movie like Toy Story and
Yeah.
completely revolutionized what
Yeah.
animation is, and it's, I mean, Pixar is going strong since then.
Pixar is like they've already announced like 2 sequels that they're coming out. I think one is called Soul and the other one is called something different. I forgot the
Soul I heard about.
yeah, I think that is coming next to next year.
Right.
I think the next year one is like a zombies type के कुछ मरे हुए लोग हैं and they're like, you know.
Do you think Pixar and all these, like the
Yeah.
franchise and all,
Yeah.
the storytelling is quite safe, isn't it? Or is it just me?
No.
Like it's amazing. I like it.
It's amazing.
I love animation. Animated
They're like the
movies and all
perfect
that.
salesman for movies.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They
What I'm
sell
saying
you
is
like
it-
the popcorn, like ये देखो इसमें कुछ नहीं है. Then you come into the cinema like,
yeah.
feel,
Just like-
God
just
damn
like-
it, feel.
Just like Coco, we were talking.
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
Yeah.
Cry your heart
Yeah.
out.
Absolutely.
But
The
That-
scene in
that's-
Toy Story 3
Yeah.
where they're holding their hands and they're like, oh shit, we're gonna die. I'm like, ah.
No, but that's the beauty of Pixar as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's for every single audience. You can take a little kid in there, and you can also enjoy it
me
as
there.
well.
We
You know,
Just
have
take me.
all been there when we have to let go of something.
Yeah.
So that could be a
Yeah.
toy, it could be a dog, it could be
Someone note down
friend or
this statement
something.
or something. Yeah.
Thank you. But like that's what Pixar is all about. They
Yeah.
know what connects us, what is related to
Like
every one
every
of us.
beat, every moment is perfect in its perfect.
Yeah,
place.
I mean, I watch a lot of
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
Pixar movies when they come out. I go and watch with my parents
Yeah.
and my
Right.
sister
Toy
and,
Story 4
and
Friday.
everyone, and I mean, and all of us enjoyed. I mean, I remember going and watching Inside Out with my parents and sister, and we
How
came
was
out
that?
and we were all like, amazed, and
Right.
all of us connected in
In
certain
different
way.
ways, yeah.
It was really fun. After that, we were having lunch, and
Yeah.
then there was a kid, a little baby throwing a tantrum or something,
Yeah.
and my dad goes like, "Iske emotions kya kar rahe honge abhi?"
The anger like 100%
You know?
power.
So it was. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's so brilliant, and I mean, and they talk about very serious issues.
Yeah.
Through those movies
Right,
that
yeah,
maybe kids might not understand directly, but they somehow indirectly do understand them.
Right.
For example,
They
Inside
can-
Out
yeah.
is being used by child
Yeah,
therapists
psychologists,
to help children
Yeah. To make
get
them
over
understand.
anxiety and their issues and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
it's done that. Movies like Finding Nemo and
Yeah.
all of that, they had characters that actually represent real
Yeah.
issues, and then they
Right,
they
right.
focused on
Yeah,
that.
even like that's the thing. Like we can relate to fish, like
Yeah.
toys, and like bugs and
Cars.
cars and
To a
like
freaking robot.
robots and
yeah.
everything.
But then also Toy Story, it's so magical
Ah,
because that's
God damn you haven't seen Toy
I
Story
have
1.
no,
not
but it's
yet.
also every
Yet.
every kid's imagination as well, right? Like you,
Yeah.
I know I used to think that, oh, my toys might be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
alive
yeah.
after
I
I
I
go to
have a
sleep.
Woody in my studio right now. It's like it's looking at me right now.
Yeah, so it's, I mean,
Gosh.
Yeah.
it's something that a kid would think of, and they brought it to life.
Yeah, it's
What
it's
if we are actually their toys? What if we turn the tables, like inverse the roles?
यार अब बस लिंच अपने
Gosh.
पास रखो अभी
Gosh.
बाद में आएंगे
Okay,
10
never
मिनट
mind.
बाद आएंगे
That's-
अभी रुक जाए
that's
आप.
Lynch
Yeah.
talking.
Excuse
That's
me
not
please.
me.
Excuse me, Toy
Yeah.
I
Story
swear
time.
I'm not high. I
Toy
swear
Story
I'm
time.
not high.
You keep saying that, no one believes you.
Show us your eyes.
Gosh. Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like I think like I haven't seen Toy Story 4. I'm too busy to catch a show. But like me and Aban are planning to see it tomorrow. Hopefully,
Yeah.
fingers crossed before Spider-Man on Friday. Woo! But yeah, like the like it's insane. Like even after 20 years, when I hear a song like "You Got a Friend in Me," like this is classic songs.
But also one thing that they've done brilliantly, they understood where the audience is now, and they've
Yeah.
adapted the story accordingly.
Yeah.
So when Toy Story 3 came out, that was around the same time when
Yeah.
people who watched the
Growing
first
up,
movie
yeah.
were going to college.
Colleges, yep, yep.
Right,
2010 was around the
Smart
same time,
bastards.
2009,
Smart
2010. And so you ended up relating to it,
Yeah.
because you're like, oh,
We have to pass down our
Yeah.
toys now to Bonnie.
yeah,
So the
And-
characters are growing with
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 the
you.
audience,
Yeah,
yeah.
that-
And
that's-
that's
yeah.
how it keeps making. I mean, when Toy Story 4 came out, that's why we're
it
excited
stays
about it.
relevant.
Yeah.
That's what
the
I'm
reason,
hearing a
yeah.
lot about. Like it's Woody's story more and like less than an ensemble story,
Mm.
and it's a nice chapter into the next story, next part of that trilogy.
right,
Because
yeah.
everyone was hating on it. Yaar, kyun? Why are you making a fourth one? It was a perfect ending. It's one of the
Yeah.
best trilogies ever made. Like that's insane. And you have no idea what we're talking about
No,
because you haven't
not-
seen it.
yeah, not
but
yet.
but you have to take my word for it. But
And also, I feel I
Right.
don't know if you watch it now. Like, you haven't seen. I don't know if you. Would
oh
still
yeah,
relate
you
to it.
can
grow up
never
with it,
you can
yeah, of
never feel
course,
what
yeah,
we've
yeah.
been through.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I'm sure, yeah, because I didn't grow up
toys.
with it.
Just
yeah.
imagine like I was what maybe 10 or even less than that, and when the song
Yeah.
came with "When
Right.
She Loved Me," and I'm seeing a toy losing a connection with his owner, I'm
Right.
like, and you see that जो boundary जो आप बनाते थे अपने around ताकि so you don't feel pain anymore.
Yeah.
And that was Jesse's character, and like I'm spoiling for you, but
Shit.
like sucks
Okay,
to be
okay,
you.
okay,
It's 20
okay,
years,
okay,
like
okay, I'll
bro.
watch it. I'll watch
and
You had
like-
20 years to
and
watch it.
that
Yeah.
oh my god, that movie like
2
for,
decades.
for me Toy Story for me Toy Story 2 is my favorite by the way.
I mean, I don't know. I still love Toy Story 1.
Oh, really?
It has that.
It's like in terms of perfection, it is kind of
Yeah.
perfect.
And it was kind of also I feel like it was more relatable as well
Yeah.
back then,
Simple,
because
yeah.
I think Andy's age was also similar to
Yeah,
ours when we
yeah,
were
yeah.
watching it. I was maybe
Yeah,
8, 9
yeah.
or something, and so Andy was maybe around that age.
You
Yeah.
and
guys
so,
like
so
freaking
you
older than me.
You're like
I was
I'm
probably
1
8 or
year
9,
older than
yeah,
No,
you.
that's
it
right.
came out in
91.
99.
Aren't you guys like 30, 45 years old?
Yes, we are.
Keep saying that and
Okay,
see what
okay.
happens.
Okay.
we are.
Podcast के
Yeah.
बाद में लो.
Table flip.
Mike बहुत heavy है.
But yeah, let's see how Toy Story 4 turns out. It's
I'm
making good
excited,
money. It's still
yeah.
number 1. We have Spider-Man coming this
I
Friday.
heard that's good though. Yeah.
I've heard it's a good MCU movie. It's not a really good it's not an amazing Spider-Man movie, because we already had an amazing Spider-Man movie
Right.
6 months ago that was Into the Spider-Verse.
So
Yes.
And that's
yeah.
That
I
is-
think the
that is-
best Spider-Man
yeah.
movie ever made.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But something, we talked about old cartoons being remade
Yeah.
and sequels coming up and all of that. But another interesting trend that's happening now
Yeah.
is biopics.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, it's kind of like we
Yep,
had
yep, yep,
Bohemian
yep.
Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Rocket
we
Man.
had Rocket Man,
Yeah.
Elton John, and now I just read today that they've announced Elvis Elvis's biopic,
Elvis Presley, yeah.
and they're Elvis Presley, and they're looking for an
Right, there are
Elvis
like
right now.
6, 8 people in the
Yeah,
running for the lead role. Miles Teller is again in the running.
yeah,
वो
yeah.
कौन
There are
है?
quite a
Baby
few.
Driver का actor.
Yeah,
Elson in something, I don't know.
I
उसका weird
have
name है.
actually have the
Which guy?
Baby Driver का जो actor था. Have you seen Baby
Oh
Driver?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
that guy.
yeah.
and also I think the one of the Jonas Brothers. I think I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, Harry.
No,
Harry Styles.
Oh, Harry
Styles,
Styles.
yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, Harry Styles.
Speaking of Harry Styles, just to pause this conversation right here, you want original content? Christopher Nolan is making Tenet. And
Yeah,
it's
I
filming
mean,
right now, and
yes.
I follow like some fan pages of Christopher Nolan, and they're posting like behind the scenes pictures of it. So like the first picture was of Robert Pattinson and the guy from Black Klansman. I'm forgetting his name. And like it looks like some people are saying, yeah, it's time travel and like Inception with time travel basically.
Right.
So like
Okay.
it's like James
Okay,
Bond
okay.
meaning Inception, and like it's gonna be
Okay.
a wild ride. So yeah, continue. Sorry.
No, absolutely will be.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, so I mean, seeing a lot of biopics
Yeah.
coming up, and I
Yep.
mean, so what do you feel about that? Because technically, those are also like,
Yeah. See, my problem isn't with the biopics, but the fact that, like, with the approach to the biopics,
okay,
every biopic ends up becoming an
This
underdog
is-
story
yeah.
or the same, same story and just replace the character.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
But
new.
that's where I would disagree with you. That's why we love movies. It we relate to them because
No,
we
we
can
relate to
we
them.
can picture our underdog story and
No, but
picture
every story doesn't have to be the same, thing.
the-
like you have freaking
in order. I know.
what do you call it? Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
You have your Elvis. You have
Yeah.
Elton John. You have all these guys. You have freaking Capote, right?
Yeah.
That is a biopic.
Yeah.
Like that is a biopic I love.
But
Philip Seymour
don't-
Hoffman.
what you're
he
talking about, I
did it
think, is
different.
the structure of the film. Okay,
The structure
why
of
it
the
has
film,
to
yeah,
be
yeah.
start this way, and I
Yeah,
think
like you feel the same way about every character by
I-
the end of the film.
I
don't wanna
disagree
do
on that. I disagree on that. But what I'll say is that I think coming back to the whole point of that's the hero journey.
Right.
You need
Yeah,
you
of
need to
course, of
show
course.
a struggle. You need to show conflict. You need to show the character overcoming
Right,
their
right.
absolute travesty that life
Yeah.
has been. And I think I have no idea about Elvis ki history kya thi, but I just know
Yeah,
he was
same,
an
yeah.
pop
But I'm sure
icon.
it's gonna be the same as Bay. I mean,
So what's wrong with that?
no, there is because you need to come on, explore, experiment.
Elvis ki kya story hogi? It's like
Experiment.
we know
But,
his
Experiment with the structure at least.
so it might no. So
don't be so safe about every.
but Baz Luhrmann is writing and
Right.
directing Elvis, so it
Who's
might
that?
be.
Okay. I mean, should be fun. I don't think I watched his movies yet.
I haven't know. I don't know
Yeah.
him either.
No, I know the name. I don't remember.
You know the
I know
name.
the
yeah,
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who he is at all.
I don't think I watched his stuff, but mention
But like,
anything.
what biopic do you like? Like
Capote.
Capote.
That's one thing.
Philip
Baz
Seymour
Luhrmann is
Amazing.
Moulin Rouge,
Oh,
Great
yes.
Gatsby.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Um,
Yes, I watched that.
Let's see. Hopefully.
so I mean,
Moulin
he
Rouge is nice.
yeah. So he does some interesting.
Would
I hope
Aviator
so.
be a biopic?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Aviator was a
I
biopic.
like
Overused,
that
right?
one. I
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
That was a good
Yeah.
one.
For me, the one I'm anticipating is the Fred Rogers, Tom Hanks
yeah.
biopic. That is like my favorite documentary of last year. Won't You Be My Neighbor? And they're
I still hate you for that because you told me to watch it, and it was
And I
so good. And
haven't
I was
Yet.
in 5 minutes.
I watched it.
There's
I-
a tear.
Yeah, I watched it in sitting in New York at that time.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
So I put it on, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
And then
oh, shit.
ruined my
Damn
entire
you, Essen. Damn you.
ruined my entire trip.
But did I? Did I ruin it?
No,
Probably made
it
like-
was. I mean, it wasn't a bad. I mean, it was.
It's a
it was
beautiful
it was a
movie,
beautiful
man,
film,
like-
but it was like I didn't want to spend my vacation, sitting
Crying,
in an
basically.
apartment and
Yeah,
crying.
yeah, yeah. That I
You know,
agree.
It was, but
That
what
I
a
agree.
beautiful. And then.
Stick around, you'll find more.
But no, it was
So
such
many
a
suggestions.
no, such a beautiful, and so I'm excited for Tom Hanks to play.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, for some reason I was doing some YouTubing and stuff, and I had landed on the monologue that Tom Hanks gave in the end of Castaway. It's like a one take shot, and he's talking about Jenny and his history and everything. It is such a beautiful scene.
Right.
That
Also-
like reminded me how insane of an actor.
Also, it's
Tom
been a
Hanks is.
while since we've
It's
seen
been-
Tom
Sully
Hanks.
was, I
Hanks,
think, the
yeah.
last one.
Yeah,
I think.
and then
Sully, yes.
and then
Yeah.
he's also done a lot of biopics. He was Sully.
Saving-
he was Sully. He was
uh,
Charlie Vince's War.
he was-
Post के अंदर था वो.
and then he was also Walt Disney in the
Oh yeah,
in the
वो कौन सी
in the,
movie
in the
थी?
Mary Poppins one when
Yes,
they
yes.
Yeah.
Saving something.
Saving Mr. Banks.
Saving Mr. Banks,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
You know, and
Haven't seen that.
That was
Yeah.
that was a good movie.
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
that.
that was
and then
good.
he's also he is actually also in Elvis.
So-
They announced that
Yeah.
he's being
Yeah,
cast as his
he's-
manager
yeah.
or
Oh,
friend or something,
okay.
and so I mean, this is. Are we
Cast-
looking at like the comeback of Tom Hanks?
What studio is this?
Studio? I don't know. I can,
Feels like Warner Brothers. Maybe. Anyways, but like, what was so like interesting about the Philip Seymour Hoffman wali document? Like, what do you think makes a good biopic? Like, that's my question to you.
Well, because it wasn't about how he became a great writer or something.
Hmm.
It was about how he wrote this particular book called I think in Cold Blood
Okay.
or some. Yeah, it was something like that.
Hmm.
So it was a journey between not just the guy, the
Hmm.
writer, but how he wrote the book
Mhm.
and how, because it's based on true story. So
Yeah.
he goes to interview the killer,
So,
the guy who killed this bunch of this whole family
Say.
in Kansas or somewhere. So he goes there, and it's about the relationship between the two
so,
and how because he is right.
so you think that
you know,
the
there's
introducing
more
the
to
book
it.
kind of makes it more interesting rather than just
See,
the
it's
typical.
just a different take. Now I know about this guy, this
Hmm.
writer. Now I know about the book story,
Yeah.
not just about him,
Yeah.
being a person, how he became a writer. Oh wow, that's amazing!
Yeah.
Like he overcame all the odds. There's
So-
more to it. It's a different angle to it.
So,
So what I have, like the problem I have is
but isn't that the point of a biopic, to know about the guy and not about
No,
something
of course.
else?
No, of course. Now I know about the character
Yeah.
too. Like
But-
the
but
thing
like,
is, there is more to look forward
did-
to. There is
did-
room to,
Yeah.
understand
Understand more.
the characters.
Did you guys saw the Bryan Cranston's biography about
Oh, the-
trombone? I think that's the guy.
yeah, Trumbo.
Trumbo, right? Trumbo. Yeah.
Trumbo. Yeah.
It's an interesting.
Yeah,
movie.
very, very.
I would
He was
recommend
this,
that. too.
screenplay. He wrote a lot of like famous.
50s
Right.
के अंदर writer के
Yeah.
Hollywood के Writers Guild के aspects से movie है. It's a pretty interesting idea.
Yeah.
You send me the name. Yeah.
I'll send it right now.
And and then but so we're looking at this trend of biopics on musicians coming
Yeah,
up.
particularly.
There was
musicians,
also on
yes, yeah.
Miles Davis.
I've not watched it yet.
Who?
Miles Davis,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Inside Louis Davis. That one?
No, that's a different. That's not a biopic.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Miles Davis one. It's
Yeah.
a different. It's an old one, right?
No, maybe a
Okay.
few years back.
Okay, I don't
Yeah.
remember which one you're talking about exactly. I don't even remember, but I know there was one made on him.
Yeah. So a lot of biopics coming up with musicians
Yeah.
and stuff. I mean, I'm sure this after the Elvis one comes out, there'll be a trend of more biopics
Yeah,
coming
I'm
on
sure, yeah.
musicians. Or
Yeah.
singers.
I can't wait for
Any-
Guns N'
anyone you're-
Roses.
Okay,
Guns N'
I
Roses.
was gonna ask like, what do you
Oh,
expect?
like
What-
like I just saw like Dirt like a few months ago. It's what's the band? Shit. God damn it. It's a pretty not a famous band. It's like it's on Netflix, by the way. It's a band's biography rather than just
Okay.
one guy's biography. So you might like it. I'm forgetting the
called? Dirt?
band's name. Huh? Just Dirt. Just
Okay.
Dirt. Yeah. Yeah. That was fun.
But are you looking forward to any biopic? Like, who should they make the biopic of next?
Junoon.
Junoon.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
You?
Yeah, I would rather go for some directors. Some writers.
No, I'm talking about like
Musicians.
if you have like musician, because that's where the trend I'm seeing is going.
Not particularly. I don't want to watch a lot of biopics. To be
Yeah,
honest.
dekh le
Like I would
yaar.
rather watch, something like give me some crazy shit that just
Yeah.
fucks with my
Speaking
head.
about crazy.
Yeah. So just something that messes with
So,
my head.
Like-
so
Yeah,
what
yeah.
what recently
like-
messed with your head?
But oh man, gosh.
Movies,
I
movies,
think-
movies. We are talking about movies.
Movies.
Or-
Well, the last time it happened was when you recommended me Swiss Army Man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I
In
love
movies,
that
you
movie
know,
so much.
Yeah, but when it comes to like all kinds of content,
Yeah.
I have been freaking binging on David Lynch.
Nice.
The last 2 weeks. That's all.
Twin
Like,
Peaks?
Nothing else. Twin Peaks, his masterclass, and a documentary on about David Lynch. It's
Say.
called The Art Life.
Okay.
It's amazing. The
Nice.
guy is a freaking genius.
So
Are you watching
Like-
the original Twin Peaks or the reboot?
I watched the Return.
Okay.
Yeah.
how
because
would you like pitch it to
it's
people?
funny because Twin Peaks is also a 90s creation.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
like
yeah. It
full
was
circle,
90,
guys, full
90
circle.
1991.
Isn't that also like a remake
It's not a remake.
or like a
because
or
it
like
is
But
a
Tempest of
sequel
Heart.
to it.
Get him!
Yeah,
Get him!
I was actually expecting this argument. Thank you for that.
Guy, tables and ladders.
But yeah, there's a sequel to it, and this is it. They're not just cashing in on it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, in Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, I think, in 1992, the year I was born.
Don't
one
spoil
of the,
it,
one, of
by
the,
the
one
way.
of the characters.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
spoiler
just
per se, but
general,
one of the characters says, "I'll see you in 25 years."
okay.
And 2017, exactly 25 years later, we get Twin Peaks: The
So
Return.
I don't understand, like, is it a show? Is it
It's-
like a mini series?
No, it
Kya
is a
scene hai?
show.
It's a
It
show.
is a show.
And
yeah, yeah.
92 mein 2 season aaye the, right?
In those season, I
Sahi
think.
hai.
So,
So was the story concluded back then?
well, the interesting thing is, so
Yeah.
in 1991 or 1990 actually,
Yeah.
when the first thing came out, there
Yeah.
was nothing on television particularly.
Oh, X-Files.
You know, I mean, there was nothing as groundbreaking as this
Okay.
one. So it actually changed
Hmm.
how people create television, create television
So-
back then. Like there was, it became a cult. It became a cult
Hmm.
slowly. The thing is,
the narrative was
the
very similar to
narrative
what
was-
shows are now.
yeah, but that's what started it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That's the thing. And in the second season, they changed the time slot.
Yeah.
To different day. Of course, it dwindled its popularity
Okay.
and all.
So it wasn't
And
that
the
they
studios.
it wasn't that they only planned 2 seasons. They got cancelled.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
yeah. So
okay.
they had 3 seasons, I think,
Say.
and the third one came out now.
Okay, so it is
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
the 3rd season. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just reboot or something like
No,
that.
no, it's
okay,
not. It's not.
That's good.
The story is ended. Now there will be no more Twin Peaks.
Okay,
Oh, so they've-
that
they
was
finished
the
This is it.
last
This is it.
season.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But did it came out on Netflix? Yeah, kis
No,
pe?
no, no. I think it's Showtime.
Showtime.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
Yeah, Showtime.
But that's the thing. Like the way you create. Actually, it's not Netflix. Obviously, you don't get all the episodes at once.
So you have to
18
wait.
weeks.
There are
And
18 episodes in the new
yes,
season.
Oh, wow.
yes,
How
yes.
how long are the episodes?
1 hour almost.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
like-
watched it in like 3
I have
days.
nightmares of like traditional
know.
network television. Lost ki 24 episodes. No, please.
Yeah, no, I rethink, reconsider a lot of times, watching any show that is
Yeah,
more than 10 episodes.
It happened to me with
Yeah.
Jessica Jones season 3. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not watching 13 1 ghante ki
Yeah.
episodes. Yaar,
I mean, it took me
please.
2 years to actually get to Twin Peaks because I was watching the old
Say,
ones.
say.
The second season I hadn't watched when it came
So
out.
how many episodes
yeah.
are there in the first 2 seasons?
Yeah, I don't exactly remember. It's been a long time,
Okay.
actually, to be honest.
How
Like the
long were
second-
they? How long were those?
40 minutes? Yeah.
Like 45,
45
50,
minutes,
58.
Wow.
Which is actually
Yeah,
pretty for
It's
that
longer,
time.
yeah, yeah,
That time it's a
yeah,
very
yeah,
long format.
It is.
What's the, like, how would you pitch
Well,
Twin Peaks? Because I am interested
Alright.
in, I tried watching the pilot. I think I have watched the pilot
so
already.
have you watched any David Lynch work?
I've seen the first season of Twin Peaks.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Not
What
the
do you- what did
entire
you think
not
of
the
it?
entire first season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jhoot mat bolo na baan.
Nahi,
Pakde jaoge.
Any
it was
David
very
Lynch work, anything
I
by
don't know,
David
can-
Lynch.
Eraser-
can you s-
Mulholland Drive, Blue
No.
Velvet,
Eraserhead,
Eraserhead,
yeah.
one of the greatest
Sorry.
films for
Yes.
me,
Sorry.
just for me.
Messed up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Messed up.
Yeah, amazing. So
Yeah.
this is the kind of stuff you expect. You know
Sorry.
what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
In Twin Peaks, in a fictional city in like Washington, you have a murder, like a teenage schoolgirl is murdered. You send the agent, what do you call it? Agent, special agent Dale Cooper,
Okay.
Kyle MacLellan, that guy.
Mm.
And then shit goes down.
So,
Essentially, everything
it's like
in
a
the first 2
mystery
seasons.
and
Yeah, because
uncovering
like
mystery.
the whole thing is who killed Laura
Is it
Palmer.
like sci-fi or is it just weird?
It's not sci-fi
just weird.
particularly. It's just weird. It's
Fair.
fantasy. It's
Okay.
dark. You like, you get
Because like
all kinds of supernatural
Yeah.
shit
Yeah,
happening.
it's
with
like
David Lynch. But
it's like a mixture of like thriller and sci-fi.
yeah, thriller,
Yeah.
mystery.
And
There's everything
mystery
going on.
and-
Because
Yeah.
like I played a game very similar to like this, and I was
Right.
and I'm thinking maybe it had to do something like the influences might be
Right.
Twin Peaks. Like
Right.
it's called Alan Wake. If I don't know if
I've
anyone
heard
have
of it. I've
played
heard
that.
of
It's the game by Remedy who made Max Payne 1 and 2. So
okay,
they
I
made
like
a new
Yes.
IP for the Xbox 360 generation वगैरह. And interesting fact, they just got their publishing rights back from Microsoft, so they might be making a new Alan Wake. So hopefully that
Yeah.
would be interesting. Anyways,
Yeah,
yes.
so-
well,
continue.
yeah.
But
So-
it's been a while since David Lynch has done something.
Well,
right?
it's been 13. I think it's
What?
been 13 years since he made a film.
Wow.
The last one was 2006,
Gotta
Inland
get out.
Empire.
Chill,
The guy's
bro,
painting,
chill.
he's sculpting, he's painting, he's living
Chill,
his own
Kara,
life. He
bro.
just had a new daughter. Like
Okay.
the guy is 75 years old, man.
Living his life, bro.
Yeah, he is because
But he's
now I watch.
He's
his
an American,
documentaries.
right? He's not a
He's
British,
an
right?
American.
but
yeah,
he's a great example of like a complete like guy dedicated to the art.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like he
that's the
doesn't
thing.
care. I don't
Yeah.
even know how he's like surviving.
Yeah, see, he says
I
something.
think it's the prestige that he had from 90s and 80s, probably.
Well, 70s,
70s, yeah.
actually. His second movie, The Elephant Man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
was nominated for 8 Oscars.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, like that. That's great. I think now he's going to be given a
Did you watch
honorary Oscar.
Yeah.
Red Velvet by any chance? Red Velvet? Netflix की movie आई थी अभी.
No.
Jake
I watched Blue
Gyllenhaal.
Velvet.
Huh?
Blue Velvet, I know, but not Red
Was
Velvet.
it Red Velvet? Yeah, कुछ something. I think it's
Okay.
Red Velvet. It's very weird. I think it came out a few months
Right.
ago. Yeah, maybe January, I think.
Right.
I think you might like that. It's very like David Lynch-esque aspects. Check it out. I'll
Send
send
the name
I'll
to-
send
yes,
the name.
yes, I'll check it out.
right now.
There's something that he says. I think I saw his documentary. I was reading his book as well. It's like if you were making something for an audience, and if they don't like it, you're not even making it for yourself, so you don't enjoy it. So you will die 2 deaths. You know, at least if you're making something for yourself, you will die 1 death when the audience and the critics and everyone, the box office trashes it.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, the ideology that original these filmmakers should have something to please yourself, make something that you want to watch, and
and then you can find an
yeah.
audience.
Of course, you can find an audience.
for
Yeah, you
that.
can always find your audience. Like he's probably the most popular surrealist filmmaker or artist, in modern
Yeah,
history. I would say.
that's true.
Yeah, like you have, like he has inspired generations. You wouldn't probably have someone like the guy who made the Lobster and all these.
Oh,
films.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
What's his name?
I'm forgetting his name, but he did Lobster. He did the Killing of Sacred Deer. I
Yes.
saw that.
Yes.
It's very weird. I like the
amazing. Yeah,
Lobster
yeah.
better, by the way.
Well, in some ways, yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's a more complete
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
you
is
can
he
have all the weird stuff.
is he coming
without-
out with the new movie, by the way?
I heard something, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a few months since
Yeah.
I read upon him.
Sticking with weird, I think
Yeah.
Hereditary last year
Oh,
was insane, and
yes.
the new one,
Yes,
Midsummer. I'm
Midsommar.
hearing like there's some visuals in that movie that's
I would
like
one of the greatest horrors.
one of
but
the
it's
best.
probably the marketing.
They're hyping the movie
Yeah.
quite well.
Okay.
Let's see if it releases.
Hereditary
in
was
Pakistan.
amazing.
I still
Hereditary
haven't
was
seen that.
Absolutely
oh my
amazing.
god.
After you
yeah.
described it to me, I was like,
No,
It is like one of the biggest nopes probably I've ever seen. But the problem it's a good movie. It's like
Yeah.
a
It's just a
good
brilliant
movie. It's
movie.
like
Yeah,
a family
yeah.
drama
Yeah.
with
Oh
some
gosh, the performance by the mother.
oh
Man,
Toni Collette.
that
yeah.
table scene, that dinner
Like,
scene,
she
man,
sh-
holy shit.
Like the fact that she didn't got an Oscar nomination
Yeah.
is insane. Like one of the biggest
Yeah.
snubs of last year. Like and I haven't seen any trailers of Midsummer
Yeah.
or anything. It's just like it's like a cult movie. Like
Mhm.
उसपे so
I don't think Twin Peaks got any nominations upon its return. Because
I don't know, yeah.
Laura Dern is, I think, one of the greatest actresses.
oh
like,
she
of
in
all
it
time.
as well.
Like,
I'm
yes,
watching
yes.
Big Little Lies, so I'm seeing her.
She's
in
amazing.
That.
Like she's worked with the interesting part is
Yeah.
Kyle MacLachlan
Yeah.
and Laura Dern were in Blue Velvet, and
Oh,
now after
wow.
so
So many
long,
years.
they're after
Nice.
86,
Nice.
1986, they're
Say.
reuniting for this. They reunited for this,
So
and all the major characters return. It's fucking crazy.
nice. So
Shit.
what do you
Yeah,
think? What do
yeah.
you think David Lynch should do or is doing
Yeah,
next? Basically, have any
I
idea
mean,
about that?
What is he
Do you,
doing?
do you want him to make like Thor Ragnarok too?
Well, no.
well,
A funny thing, he was offered Star Wars
Sorry,
by George Lucas back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
but
Ka-
he refused to
Thank
direct
God.
it.
Kyle MacLachlan was nominated for a Golden Globe, and
Oh,
This
that's
year?
okay, perfect.
Like the
For
last year?
2018, yeah.
20, okay.
and David Lynch
Khush ho
was
jao.
Yes, at least a nomination.
David Lynch was nominated for 2 primetime Emmys, one for writing, one for directing.
My guy.
Who
Um,
won Golden Globes last year for television?
For television,
Who was it?
Not really.
I don't
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so that's the point.
Mm.
I need, like, what I crave is films that as Lynch said, like you should have room to dream. The film shouldn't end like Chinatown, for example. He talks about it, and you have something like when it ends, you're like, holy cow, this is okay. What's gonna happen now? But you're always wondering, so you
Yeah.
need to have. I
You need
think
the
I
film
think
to stay
most
with you.
biopics or most remakes and sequels and most all these superhero films, they don't give me that.
Because they're products. They're
of
more
course,
of a
of course,
product.
of course.
They want.
I do enjoy them,
Yeah.
all of them. I do, as much as I hate
Yeah.
to, but I do consume
Yeah.
most, not all of it, but
Yeah.
most of this
Yeah.
media
Also, because
too. Yeah.
I don't think anyone would be buying like Eraserhead
Yes.
merchandise.
Oh man, like everyone I've ever
Merchandising,
recommended
bro,
Eraserhead to, they've hated me. Like,
the whole
The
game
only
is
thing
like-
I've seen people wear is the Eraserhead T-shirt, but I think
and I would kill for that T-shirt.
Print करा ले यार 20
मैं
रुपए
करा लूँगा 20 रुपए 20 रुपए
200
चार
probably.
नहीं
200.
मैं
But
10 करा लूँगा
yeah,
फिर।
but yeah, like the good thing is the good thing about you is that the summer season is starting to die,
Oh gosh,
and now
yes.
we are on the horizon
Yeah.
of my best time is the Hollywood
Yeah.
Oscar baits basically,
Yeah, essentially.
and we're starting with the Joker in
Yeah.
October. So I cannot, I don't want to talk about it in this podcast because I have a lot of things to say.
and
So
also Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
yes.
coming in July. I feel like
that
this
should be
this
Yeah,
month.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you
That's
know,
probably going to be one of
Oscar
the
season. It's
last
gonna kick,
last
yeah,
summer.
yeah, it's gonna kick off the
summer
Oscar
movies.
season basically.
Yeah.
That's insane that the Oscar season is starting in July
Yeah.
now.
So
It's insane. Yeah.
what
So Midsommar and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're
True.
looking forward to
Yes.
those two? You?
Joker and I would say the Tom Hanks Fred Rogers documentary biopic.
I'm looking forward to Joker and Once Upon a Time in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
That's
So,
gonna be-
yeah, I mean, there's some fun.
They
times
they
coming
they
up.
just pulled out of Comic Con because they wanted to debut the film in Venice Film Festival.
Yeah.
And the
Which
last
one, the Joker?
the
or-
Joker.
Oh, okay.
and the last 5 movies which were premiered in Venice Film Festivals were won Best Picture in Oscar. So I
Let's
don't want to
see.
say anything, but
but
at
there's
least Warner Brothers have confidence in the
Yeah.
movie, which is like
Right,
okay,
yeah.
at least that's
but
good.
there's going to be some tough competition.
It's gonna be a lot, but
so
like
some
that
interesting
first
stuff
coming
trailer,
up.
man, that first trailer was
Yeah.
like, अगर वो trailer ही हो, बस
Yeah.
उसे शीशे में देख रहा है, he's like doing this
Oh, yes, yeah.
2 घंटे के लिए, give him the money,
Like,
take my money.
Yeah.
No, he's a brilliant,
Oh,
brilliant
man.
actor.
Her-
There's obviously no. Oh, her
Beautiful
is one of my
movie.
favorites,
Beautiful
man. Yeah, true
Yep,
that.
can't wait.
So-
Don't fuck it up. Joaquin
Yes,
Phoenix, please.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's
He's not gonna fuck
he's
it up.
not gonna.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it would be the same. Another,
Trailer, I think trailer
Suicide
kind of
Squad.
proved that he's like,
you know,
yeah,
Yeah.
Jared Leto. No.
suicide.
No.
Actually,
No.
And also,
plan.
he's doing something after a really long time.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
last was it her? The
I
last
think
movie?
No,
her,
I-
Master, then her,
Yeah.
and uske baad
I
I think.
don't
Oh no,
remember
he did a
anything,
bunch
yeah.
of them. You're never really here, and then
Oh yes.
कोई
yes,
walking
yes,
के
yes,
aspect
yes,
से
yes,
he was
yes.
in a wheelchair.
Ah,
वगैरह,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
forgetting
yeah,
the name.
yeah,
I want
yeah.
to watch both of them.
But I mean, that's
Yes.
it's been a while since that come out
No,
as well, right?
2017.
2
Right?
years.
Okay,
yeah,
I-
2017,
okay, I did.
2016. Yeah,
I haven't seen
yeah
those. So
Joaquin
he's
will
been.
I haven't
hopefully.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has he received an Oscar nom
No.
yet?
I don't
I think
so.
maybe
So-
nomination, but hasn't won.
Yeah,
for sure.
hasn't.
Yeah, he hasn't won.
Oh,
Yeah.
what if he
Yeah.
wins again? But for lead actor now,
Yeah.
Joker
That
is
would be amazing,
like
yeah.
imagine Joker
Yes.
wearing best supporting and then
And lead.
lead. Oh my god.
But
What
I hope so. I hope he does justice. to it
Batman?
because
I
we're not
think
the-
Batman is the
yeah.
best fictional character ever made in the history of man, and I think Joker is probably the best villain ever.
the best villain. Yeah,
Ever-
at least the
ever
best
made.
villain.
Joker definitely is one of the best
But-
characters. But like,
But
Batman, I'm
if
not
he's
really-
the best
not a
villain, then
Batman
he's
fan,
the
yeah,
best hero. Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
Sure.
the best-
Sure.
Sorry.
I'll
But
let that.
the best- the-
podcast के बाद में लो तुम.
But the best Batman, the best Batman,
Yeah.
hands down, Lego movie.
Oh, you were about to be like bum फोड़ने वाले थे. Okay, Will Arnett.
Will Arnett,
Will Arnett.
best Batman.
Darkness.
I saw
no parents.
yesterday on my flight
Yeah.
here. I saw Lego Movie 2.
It was.
It was fun. It was
good.
fun, but
it was good.
Batman
it
was amazing.
Lego Batman is
Oh,
insane.
brilliant. Yeah,
Like,
Okay.
if you're a fan of Batman, it's one of the best Batman movies ever made
yeah.
because it talks about the thing that is the weakest aspect of Batman, and that is
Which
like
is
I don't want to spoil it, but like that his relationships with others. He keeps
Right.
everyone at distance, and he doesn't want anyone to come close to it. Similar to talking
Right.
about what we were talking
Right.
about a bit before, and that movie just the way that movie deals with this aspect of Batman with the Joker, that the Joker is like, I'm not your like favorite villain. And like Batman like, I don't care about you.
And the
And like
Joker
Joker's
goes
like,
into
but
this
like full
identity
depression.
crisis.
Oh gosh.
And like the
Okay,
whole
I'll have to check it
the
out.
whole plot of the movie is that Joker wants Batman to admit that
Yeah.
I'm your favorite villain. Like,
And no, but what I love about
that
that
movie
Batman
is
Nice.
amazing.
but that Batman, it's so brilliant, and it's so like everything is so stupid about him that it's so brilliant.
the opening
Like-
10 minutes
like
of that movie are
in-
insane.
Really? The Lego movie?
Insane. In Lego Batman.
The Lego Batman.
Lego Batman.
All right.
Lego
all right,
Batman.
All right.
No, but
It's a different one.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So the Lego movie came out with the Batman character in
Yeah.
it. Then they made a spin-off, Lego Batman.
Just
the entire
Batman, yeah.
But in Lego movie 2, the funniest part was there's a scene where there's an alien coming in and everyone hides in this cave.
Yeah.
And the door closes and Batman's standing on top of the cave, and he shoots the ship down,
Yeah.
and he just goes down, takes an elevator down where everyone's standing, and switches on this light that says "You're welcome," and then goes like "You're welcome." It's just-
Oh, is that where the voice memes and
No,
all
no,
the
no, no, no.
stuff?
That
Like,
started with
that's
Christian
the-
Bale, I would
Christian
say.
Bale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
no, but what?
I am Batman.
Where-
Yeah.
And so
Where's the trigger?
So Will Arnett basically spoofs
Right.
Christian Bale's
Yeah.
Batman in
Yeah.
this.
Voice.
Yeah.
That moment when he talks about making fun of all other Batman movies. There's a scene in Lego
Right.
Batman that he's
Like-
referencing
like
every
Ryan Reynolds
Batman
does
and
in
oh
Deadpool,
my
yeah.
god.
No,
Like Deadpool,
even in Lego
Lego
Movie 2,
movie, yeah.
he spoofs. There's a
Yeah,
scene where
Justice League,
they're
yeah, I think.
talking about like tights, like
Oh yeah.
like do you wear tights? He's like, I don't know, ask Adam West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
like
they and he also talks about like how like Keaton was his favorite
Yeah,
Batman.
yeah,
So he
yeah.
so they break
okay.
they
Yeah.
break that
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Because I mean, have you
Right.
seen Lego Movie? You
No,
haven't seen
no, I
Lego Movie.
haven't.
Right?
I
So
don't,
I mean, they kind of tell you
Okay,
that
I see that look.
they tell you that they're Legos.
Right.
They tell you
Right.
that it's an imaginary world.
Right.
They,
And that's
And-
the
yeah.
strength.
Lego Movie
Yeah,
1 is
yeah.
actually one of the best, like not one of the best movies of that year.
Yeah.
One of the best movies of that year.
no, watch
Okay,
watch
okay.
it.
It is
Watch it.
really
You-
good.
You'll know what we do. It's actually.
पहले Toy Story देखो
And
खुदा
then
के
Pele,
वास्ते.
Pele Toy Story. Yeah, yes.
But Lego movie is actually is
It's really
it's making that
It's-
impact that maybe what like Toy Story made that time. It's making it now because I mean it's again it's toys, right? It's make
I see
believe.
me and my
the
four
compare-
friends.
yeah,
I
yeah.
forced my friends at 11 a.m. on Saturday to watch Lego Movie
Uh,
for 2 hours straight, surrounded by kids and their moms. We were laughing like
Yeah.
hyenas for 2 hours straight. And it's such an amazing movie with the comedy that is injected. If you keep laughing, right, एक joke pe, you will miss like 3 jokes. It's that
Yeah,
kind of a movie.
it's-
It is
okay.
that kind of a movie.
It's
Like
the writing.
jokes
is
per second
brilliant.
wala
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
Phil, I'll have to watch it alone.
And
obviously.
yeah.
and
The
every
only thing
character.
I watched with kids and mummies surrounded by like it was Teen Bahadur 2, man.
How
And
was
I
that?
was like, oh man, like torture.
But like उसका third part भी आ गया, right?
Oh,
Really?
gosh.
Let's not get into
This
that.
is I don't want to get sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Toy Story 4.
Yes.
Toy Story 1. खुदा के वास्ते.
No, but it's I mean it's brilliant. What I mean, like I said, Lego Movie is making that impact that Toy Story made,
Mhm.
and they've already come out with what like 4, 5 Lego movies.
Yeah, Ninjago 1, 2, 4, I think.
Batman and then
Batman
yeah,
and then
and in
Ninjago.
a span of just a few years.
Just to balance it out, Teen Bahadur is Pakistan's Toy Story. Don't kill me, oh gosh.
I haven't seen
Please.
it.
यार तुमने
Please,
Toy
yeah,
Story
yeah.
देखी है नहीं तुम
I
फालतू
know,
में
I know,
बकवास
I know
कर
the
रहे
impact. That's the impact it is having in
हो.
Pakistan.
तुमने चश्मा पहना है सिर्फ इस वजह से बचे हुए तुम.
See, I'm not high. I'll reiterate. I'm not high.
Keep saying
Rahul
that.
has allergies.
Keep saying that.
Yes,
So,
I have allergies.
No one
Yeah.
believes you.
One allergy.
one allergy.
One.
One allergy. Okay.
Okay, alright.
Anything
No,
else?
but yeah, that's
Let's
all
see.
for today,
Cool.
and we'll see you guys. We'll meet again next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.